Good afternoon, Gills fans. Welcome back to the latest episode of Gills in the Blood TV, and for the penultimate time this season, a match day live. It is our final away game of the campaign this afternoon. The setting is the Pirelli Stadium, which is where Steve Evans Gillingham have travelled to take on Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's Burton Albion. The playoffs may be gone for the Gills, but there's still 6 massive points to play for, and with it the chance of equalling our 69-point tally from the 2015-16 season. It's not too long until kick-off, and there are some notable changes to the Gills 11 this weekend. In defence, there's 2 notable absentees. So the team in full for the Gills is Jack Bonham in goal. Robbie McKenzie comes in for Ryan Jackson at right back. Jack Tucker will be partnered by Connor Ogilvie in the centre of defence as Robbie Cundy misses out, and Tom O'Connor comes in at left back. In front, it's Stuart O'Keefe and Carl Dempsey shielding the back four once again. Jordan Graham is fit to start, so he plays from the right. It's Alex McDonald from the left. Oliver Lee is in the 10 behind top scorer Dane Oliver. The Gills bench has a different feel to it this week as well, with a couple of injuries. In full, it's Sacha Bastien, Harvey Lintott, Henry Woods, Matty Willock, Tyreek Johnson, Dominic Samuel, who drops down to the bench from the starting 11 from last weekend, and John Akindi, who is fit enough to get back onto that substitutes bench after missing out through illness last week. For Burton, top scorer Kane Hemming starts. The experience of John Brayford starts. The likes of Lucas Aitken start. Sean Clare, former Gills loanee, he starts as well. So it's going to be a good challenge. Should be a decent game. Like I said on the match preview, I'm hoping for an open game. I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Burton are safe. Gills can't get in the playoffs, but still have plenty to play for. And I'll bring you more footage as and when the game starts. Early stoppage here. Sean Clare, former Gills Lone Star's gone down after a clash of heads. Gills had started really brightly in the open minute though. They got the ball into the box. Jordan Graham had a snapshot that was charged down. Ollie Lee tried to then get it back out to Graham before the referee stopped play. One interesting side note as well. I gave out the team news as Tom O'Connor playing at left back and Connor Ogilvie tucking in. He's not. Connor Ogilvie stayed at left back at the moment, at least initially, and Tommy O'Connor is partnering Jack Tucker at the heart of the defence, so we'll see how that develops throughout the afternoon, but already a bit of time added on. More pressure from the Gills. It's a corner, and Ollie Lee, Jordan Graham both started really brightly for the Gills this afternoon. It's Lee that gets the ball to Graham. His ball's really good into the box. Defender last ditch header has to flick it over the bar. And from the corner there's a chance for the Gills. I'm not sure who's got the header on it, but it's a really good save from O'Hara, the Burton keeper. Ollie Lee's second ball back in, O'Hara claims. Gills on top, still goalless. Still Gills doing all the attacking, but there's another break in play. It's another injury for the home team. It's Edwards, I think, the left back. He's been twisted in knots by Jordan Graham in the early stages of this game, bless him. But he's done well to block across, but he looks like he's tweaked something in the process. And he managed to get himself back on the pitch before going down injured. Cynical me says, but he does look in some discomfort as he limps away round the far side. But Tommy O'Connor will take this corner for the Gills. Jordan Graham's gone short for the corner, but it looks like that's going to be a decoy. Here comes the corner now from O'Connor, flat one. It's gone in as, oh no! It's another corner for the Gills. It flicks off the centre half, might have been Brayford, and it's just missed the far post. Gills should lead, or could lead at least. Still 0-0. That block for Edwards, the Burton midfielder, was his last action. Unfortunately, he's had to be withdrawn. It's Gallagher who's come on for him, and he's just been picked up a booking. He's only been on a couple of minutes. Gills went to take a quick free kick. He booted the ball away right in front of the referee. So, silly caution for the Burton player, but Gills still on top on the whole. Burton had just had a little spell in our half, but still goalless. Gills back on top after the home side had a decent little spell. Sean Clare was at the heart of it, and then there was a shot that came in from the edge of the box. Unfortunately for the Burton perspective, it hit his own player and knocked him to the ground. But Gills have had 2 corners since then. The second one coming in now is really good from O'Connor. It's good defending from the Burton team again. Alex McDonald's just challenged, and I think he's been penalised for a foul. But 21 minutes played. Territorially, Gills have been the better side. Have had 6 corners in that opening 20 minutes. Probably deserved to lead, but it's still 0-0 at the moment. Free kick to defend here for the Gills. Soft one for me. I thought Connor Ogilvie just got touch tight. Didn't really do too much wrong, but the referee's giving it. Here it comes, left-footed. It's good defending by Ollie Lee, I think it was. And the ball's back into the dangerous area though, and stretching. I think it's Gallagher, the substitutes, fired it over, but not really troubling Jack Bonham. Still 0-0, 27 played. Gills have got the ball in the net, but it's been ruled out for offside. It's a really late flag. I'm just looking at the replay now. Jack Bonham's initial drop ball. Tommy O'Connor then fires it over the top. Ollie Lee looks well onside. He's had to run alongside the centre half. It's a brilliant left-footed finish on the run, lofting it over the keeper. Flag very late. Gills have a goal ruled out. 37 minutes played, Gills lead by a goal to 0, and it's really simple from our point of view. Jack Bonham has a goal kick, smashes it downfield. Dane Oliver competes, wins his flick on. John Brayford and his centre-back partner both look at each other. Jordan Graham doesn't. He's alert to what's going on. Nips in between them. Rounds O'Hara. Taps it into the unguarded net. Gills 1-0 up with about 7 minutes to play. Half-time at the Pirelli Stadium. It's currently Burton Albion 0, Gillingham 1. The boys in blue have been really good in the first 45. They started really well. Created a chance in the first 45 seconds that was only halted by a clash of heads and treatment for former Gills Lone Star Sean Clare. After that, we bossed the game territorially. We got into some good areas without really testing Kieran O'Hara, apart from once. An Ollie Lee corner, flick header from Conor Ogilvie, brilliantly saved left-handed by the former Manchester United youngster, but he could do nothing about the opening goal that came after about 35 minutes. That long ball from Jack Bonham was flicked on by Verdane Oliver. Jordan Graham was more alert than anyone else on the park, rounded the helpless O'Hara to tap in and give Gill that deserved lead. In terms of an attacking threat, Burton haven't really posed us too many problems so far. A couple of snapshots from the edge of the box, one that went over the top of the stand and into the car park behind the ground, and one from Sean Clare that was straight down the throat of Jack Bonham. He's not been extended at all. Big shout out to Tommy O'Connor, who's playing at centre back and has been really good in there, up against Kane Hemmings, 15 goal top scorer for the Burton Albion team, and also Lucas Aitkins, who's a big lump as well, and he's been really good alongside Jack Tucker. Conor Ogilvie's got on at left back. Robbie McKenzie, slightly different fullback the other side to Ryan Jackson, but he's been solid as well. And further forward, everyone else has played their part. Stuart O'Keefe and Carl Dempsey are running the midfield, and the attacking players are all causing problems to the Brewers' defence. All in all, a really good first period, a decent 45, more of the same in the second half, and we might come out of this one with all 3 points. About 8 minutes gone in the second half. Not really much happening, to be fair. It's been end to end, but with no real pattern. A lot of long balls into dangerous areas, but defence is on top at the moment. First time that Tommy O'Connor's got exposed, though, in the centre-back area. Lucas Aitkins span him, got a good ball into the box, but Jack Tucker did enough to put off Kane Hemmings in the 6-yard area, and he flashed a header. I think it almost went out for a throw-in, but we're just defending a long throw here now. Verdane Oliver back doing his defensive duty. Brilliant header up to nearly halfway. Sean Clare keeps possession for the home side, but Gills were trying to, Gills were trying to break, but Jordan Graham and Carl Dempsey had a miscommunication. Still 1-0 to the Gills, though, that's the main thing. Chance for the Gills, best one of the second half so far, and it's all made by the skipper for himself. Gets the ball on the left touch line, darts inside the right winger, then comes inside the left back. I think it might have nutmegged him in the process. Uses Ollie Lee's run as a decoy, drops the shoulder onto his right foot. Unfortunately, it's hit for Dane Oliver and gone out for a goal kick, but real intent from the skipper, who's pulling the strings in the middle of the park yet again. Almost another chance for the Gills. This brilliant delivery from Alex McDonald, wide out on the left-hand side. Feints to go on his left, back on his right foot, in swinging. For Dane Oliver, middle of the 6-yard box, straining every sinew, cannot quite reach it. Otherwise, it's a free header and it would have been 2-0. Gills back on top. It's been a double change for the home side with about 20 minutes or so to play. And first of all, you've got to give credit to the Gills back line, specifically the two centre-backs who've been really good. It's 15 goal top scorer Kane Hemmings who's been withdrawn. I know he's been on a booking, so maybe that's behind Jimmy Floyd Hasselback's thinking, but that's a fillip in the cap of the two Gills centre-backs. And interestingly as well, Gallagher, who came on after 11 minutes after that early injury, he's been withdrawn, didn't look too happy about it. So substitute has been substituted for the Brewers. Half chance for the Brewers, and it's the substitutes who, to be fair to Burton, have had a positive effect. They've not really created anything clear-cut, but it's Fondop, snapshot from the edge of the box, left-footed after it's laid onto him. Comfortable save for Jack Bonham, falling away to his left. Into the final 20 minutes, Gills still lead. Change for the Gills, and it's the impressive Ollie Lee, who's been withdrawn for the final 15 or 16 minutes. He's been really good again today, Ollie. Had a goal incorrectly ruled out for me. It looked like he timed his run perfectly first half before we took the lead, but he's had plenty of the ball. He's been really good with it on the whole. He's worked hard out of possession as well, and helped us retain our shape when we've been defending. So another good 75 minutes for Ollie Lee, and it'll be another good cameo for Dominic Samuels. He's still building his way up to full fitness. Second change for the Gills with just over 10 minutes to play. The top scorer of Dane Oliver's being withdrawn. Another good afternoon for the Gills hitman. Not on the score sheet himself, but did assist the goal for Jordan Graham first half. He's caused both centre-halves no end of problems with his work rate. He's won loads in the air again. His link-up play's been decent, and he's going to get a rest for the final 10 minutes or so of this game. John Akindi, missing last week due to illness, he's going to come on for the final period of this match. Corner for the home side as we approach the final 5 minutes or so, and it's the two substitutes combining again, Danny Rowe and Fondop. Rowe's been decent on the left-hand side since he's come on. He's given McKenzie more problems in the last 15 minutes than he's had all half, and Fondop shot blocked by Jack Tucker, who did well to get out to it. Just stay with this now for a second. Corner's going to be left-footed. Here it comes now. It's a deep one. It's very deep by Rowan. It's gone all the way out for a goal kick over the other side. It looks like there's a booking here for one of the Burton players who's shoved Connor Ogilvie over in the box. Gills still lead into the final few minutes. It's 1-1 in injury time. It's Ryan Broom with a good curling finish from the edge of the box, but the referee's got to show more consistency. There's a Gills player down in the box as the game's going on after the corner's taken. All afternoon he stopped the game when Burton players have gone down. It looks like a facial injury. You can see the player in the middle of the box on the penalty spot. The shot comes through a crowd of players. Jack Bonham can't see. It's Robbie McKenzie prone in the middle of the penalty area. It's poor refereeing for me. It should be stopped. It shouldn't be allowed to stand, but it's 1-1 and we've been pegged back again. Now the lad Fondop's got into the book for a late challenge on Robbie McKenzie. Not 2 minutes before the goal, he's pulled over Jack Tucker off the ball. Why has he not been booked for that one? It's no different to the player who got booked 5 minutes before that in the box. Inconsistent from the referee. Burton should have a player sent off in my opinion. It's a messy end to the game. Gills deserve better than this. The goal shouldn't have stood. Full time at the Pirelli Stadium and it's finished in Staffordshire. Burton Albion 1, Gillingham 1. For the third Saturday in a row, the Gills have been pegged back after leading. But today I think we can feel a little bit aggrieved. I don't know why the goal's been allowed to stand. All afternoon, the man in the middle has pulled up play and stopped proceedings when there's been Burton players on the deck holding their face. Then why, when Robbie McKenzie does the same thing as a corner gets taken, does he not do the same thing? It's a great finish from Ryan Broom. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Curling effort with his right foot into the bottom corner. But is Jack Bonham unsighted with Robbie McKenzie laying right in front of him? I'm not really sure. It's with the camera angle that I'm watching it from. But it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. Gills on the whole had been the better side. They created the better chances. Everything that Burton had was from the edge of the box. Aside from that Hemmings header that went out for a throw-in. Gills' makeshift centre-back pairing had been really good to the extent that he'd been taken off. The midfield had worked really hard and we looked to threat when we did have the ball. OK, it was more fleetingly second period and we didn't make Kieran O'Hara make any saves like he'd done in the first half. But we were managing the game really well and I think we've just been on the wrong side of a refereeing decision on this occasion, unfortunately. But on the whole, a really positive performance, even though the season is just fizzling out a little bit. That's only 1 win in 6 now since beating Wigan and climbing into 6th place just before Easter, albeit having played plenty more games. In terms of a man of the match today, there was plenty of candidates. I thought Tom O'Connor was really good at centre-half in a position he doesn't play. Stuart O'Keefe and Carl Dempsey ran the midfield for me. They were both really good. Thought Ollie Lee was decent before he went off. Jordan Graham looked somewhere near his best again before tiring in the second period. But yeah, frustrating is probably the overriding emotion. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks as always for watching and listening. There will be a Monday review coming up in a couple of days, although it will not be posted on social media because of the social media blackout. So you can find everything on YouTube. There is a third tier podcast being recorded but won't be live for the very same reasons. But until next time, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend and up the Gills.